Hello class, my name is Bryce Parks and I'll be your instructor in this course. In this video we're going to talk about some tips and tricks for you for taking online classes. Some of you maybe have taken a lot of online classes before, maybe some of you have never taken online classes before or never even done the hybrid component before either. Regardless, in this video, we're going to talk about some different tips and tricks to help you succeed throughout this class. Just to give you a little bit of background about me, my second master's degree was all online from a state school. And so took a number of courses in the online format. And so a lot of what I'm going to be talking about was from things that I have experienced or encountered, as well as having taught online courses over the years. Some of the tips and tricks that I've seen others use to do well, and as well some of the things that have hurt others' grades in online formats. So let's talk about some of these tips and tricks. First and foremost, you want to treat the online class like a real course. It is a real course. So in this class, you're going to be getting credit for a traditional class, just as if you were in the classroom. So you're going to have some of the same basic assignments. You're going to have some of the same basic teaching elements like lectures or videos or articles to read, handouts, things like that. So you want to treat this class like a real class. With this type of class and this type of learning environment, you're going to have to focus on self-discipline. And self-discipline is what really makes or breaks somebody in the online format. Those who push it to the side, don't ever go or log into the class, don't ever do the work, those are the things that tank your grade. So you want to make sure you're staying on top of your course requirements. You want to make sure that you're getting the assignments due by the due date. You're wanting to make sure that you stay self-disciplined and focused on the course. So it does take discipline, regular discipline, to do things like log in, to complete assignments, to upload assignments, to complete quizzes or tests, and so forth. So make sure that you're focusing on using self-discipline in the course. Another tip is you want to learn to manage your time carefully. Don't wait until the last minute. I've seen a number of students lose letter grades or even take zeros on assignments because they simply waited, and at the last minute they didn't have enough time to get the assignment done. So for example, on online quizzes, a lot of times I will set due dates where they lock out after a certain time, and once those quizzes are locked, they're not unlocked. And so that means if you didn't do it, it goes to a zero. And I've seen a number of students over the years run into issues. Their computer at the last minute doesn't update, or their internet goes out, or whatever the case may be. And so you don't want to wait to the last minute. You want to make sure you're managing your time carefully. For some students, that's not a problem. I've had some students that are always early achievers. They get it done the first day. If you are that student, kudos to you. I was never that kind of student. I always wanted to wait to the last minute. So I know what procrastination looks like. And if you are the procrastinator, I'm going to encourage you from the bottom of my heart, don't wait to the last minute. So manage your time carefully. Another tip is to take notes on materials. If I'm uploading, especially lectures or lecture voiceovers, but even regular videos or articles or handouts to read, things like that, any of that stuff is fair game on quizzes, on tests, for later assignments, referencing back to that material. So make sure that you're reading the materials or that you're watching the videos. Make sure you're taking notes on the materials, especially if I take the time to do the lectures on them, then you're going to see them in homework and on quizzes or tests. So make sure you're taking notes on materials. Another thing you want to do is you want to set up the right environment. And this looks different for everybody. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you how you need to set up your learning environment, but you want to create a good learning environment that helps you rather than hinders you. Okay, so this may be a regular study space. This might be in a bedroom, or this might be in a certain part of the house, or this might be at a certain place at the school where you can go and get away and you're not being distracted. So you want to have that right environment. You want to find quiet space where the TV's not blaring and kids or parents or whoever in your life is not causing a bunch of noise and ruckus. You want to eliminate those distractions. That'll help you focus. I will say in this day and in this day and age, there's a lot of people that are constantly distracted by their cell phones. They ding and bing, and we're like Pavlovian dogs that we just have to look at the cell phone and check out who sent us what message or who left what comment and so forth. Um, if you can get in the habit of turning that off just for a little bit, it would really help you to be able to focus. So turning your volume off, eliminating those noises, and even if you set yourself a timer or a time limit on a timer, you can use a Google countdown timer and set it for something as simple as 30 minutes. And at the end of that 30 minutes, make yourself a break where you check your messages if that's really a focus for you. But being able to block out, uninterrupted chunks of time will really help you in setting up the right environment. You want to stay organized. In the course, you're going to see a lot of materials. If those are handouts, if those are the notes that you take on lecture videos or other videos that I assign, what have you, just keep them in a file. Label them. If I have the course broken down into modules, so module 1, let's say part 1, or module 2, part 6, label them like that. And then you can keep them in order where you can lay those out. Or if I've broken down the materials by week 1, week 2, so forth, label them with those headings, and that'll help you stay organized. Another tip here is to figure out how you learn best. Okay, and so this, kind of like the right environment, is also personally dependent. It's dependent on how you're wired, what you like and what you don't like, how you work best. In an environment like this, you're going to have to figure out what works best for you. For some students, that means sitting down and crunching it all out at once, doing all the videos, doing all the reading assignments, taking the quizzes, posting discussion board posts, whatever the assignments might be, all in one big chunk while it's fresh in your memory. If that is you, then maybe focus on doing that. For long-term retention, most people recommend maybe spacing that out, so doing a little bit at each time. But I've learned over my lifetime that a lot of times I can get very busy very quickly. And so I know that if I dabble for just a little bit on one assignment, then try to come back to it every day, sometimes it just doesn't work out the best for me personally. For you, it may work out well for you personally. Everybody's wired a little bit differently, but figure out what works best for you. So this is going to be your method of study. So some people like to sit down and can read for hours. Some people need to read for 5 or 10 minutes and they start getting agitated and need to take a break. But find out your method of study, how you study best, the time you study. So there was a day and age that I could easily stay up till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning studying. In this day and age, I love to study early mornings, so 4, 5, 6 a.m. I really enjoy studying. So some people it's going to be in the morning hours, some people it's going to be in the afternoon between classes or between class and going out with friends or what have you. But figure out what time of day works best for you as well. There is no one cookie cutter recipe there. On larger projects, things like papers, research papers, or large projects, sometimes it helps to break those down. Very rarely can somebody pull, an all-nighter and knock out a really good paper or a really good project. I'm not saying it can't be done, but a lot of times it does best if you can break those down into smaller subgroupings. So if you're writing a research paper, for example, one step might just simply be to lay out your headings, so where your introductory paragraph is going to be, some of your main headings and subheadings in there, and that might be all for that particular step that you need to focus on. And then later on, being able to focus on one section or maybe a couple of those headings that you put down in there. So I want to encourage you to break down those larger tasks into smaller bite-sized pieces, okay? One other comment I want to point out here, inevitably you're going to have questions, and that's okay. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you. You can always email me. For some of my classes, I provide other contact information like my office phone number or my cell phone number, and you're more than welcome to call me. You're more than welcome to email me. I am here to help you, and I want to see you succeed. And so with that in mind, feel free to ask questions. I've had students call me up before, hey, Mr. Parks, I need to talk to you about this idea, this concept. I'm confused about it. I need some ideas here. Help me out. I've had some people Just have simple questions like, I don't understand about this paper. What exactly are you looking for? Or I don't understand about this assignment. What exactly is it asking? If you have those questions, I realize that in a traditional class, you would just simply raise your hand or talk to the professor before or after class. And in an online class, since you're not seeing me personally in a classroom setting, feel free to email me or to call me or even text me if you have my cell number to ask me those questions. I'm here to help you. Okay? I want to welcome you to the class, and remember, at the end of the day, if you stick to it, you're going to get through it. So just hang in there. You can do it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.